welcome to the Galaxy Man Show. Welcome to a Thursday Galaxy Man Show live IG. So for my special guest today is this incredible artist known by the name of Ashley Walls. So I'm about to add Ashley into the live now for the Galaxy Man Show for a Thursday in Australia. And yeah, let's add Ashley in and have a chat with Ashley.
I just want to say thank you so much, Ashley, for joining the show today on the Galaxy Man Show. It's a pleasure having you on. To people that don't know who you are, Ashley, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself first, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I am from Marietta, Georgia. I grew up in between the country and city. My grandpa played pedal steel, and I listened to just about everything, which is why my music crosses over so much. And I love country. Being from Georgia, that's like my heart and soul. And yeah, went to UGA, graduated early, moved to Nashville, been pursuing music. I've opened for people like Billy Ray Cyrus, Mitchell Tenpenny, written with huge hit writers, have lots of music on Spotify, Apple, all that stuff, and I'm releasing an album, Cowboys, right now.
So we'll dive right into the questions now, Ashley. So for my very first question, as you mentioned Cowboys, you've created Cowboys. What was
Yeah.
it like creating Cowboys, and like what was the meaning behind this song?
Yeah, so creating it, we kind of wanted to write an upbeat girl country song because we were like, there's so many sad girl country songs coming out, or like just kind of like yelling kind of country songs. So we're like, let's just write the opposite and write like something that's kind of an anthem. So we had this hook, Cowboys Like Girls Like Me, and one in the room wrote it. I love the song. So I ended up cutting it at the studio with Matt Jerokes.
So on to the very next question. So you've also created a song called Beside You.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like coming up with the idea of wanting to create Beside You? And what is the meaning behind this song?
Yeah, so Beside You is written about when you're in love with someone and they're in love with someone else. If it meant like cheating, or for other people, it might mean like you just love them and you're kind of like friends with them, but they have a girlfriend or something like that. And I feel like everyone in the room had like a different story when we wrote that song of like what they felt, and like being in those shoes. So it kind of turned into that rock song because of like, you're not like sweetly saying, oh, they're in love with someone else. It hurts. So that's why it ended up being kind of punk rock country.
So on to my very next question. So you've also created a song called Somebody New. What was it like creating Somebody New? And what is the meaning behind this song?
Yeah, somebody new. I wrote about God's plan and God's plan just putting us with the right person one day. And yeah, kind of like it's not really like obvious it's a faith song, but I wanted to have God at least in one of my songs because I'm a very big Christian.
What does being a Christian actually mean to you, by the way, Ashley? Like, what does it mean to you being an artist and especially being a Christian?
Yeah, so it means just being in the Word, believing in God, being a good person, putting others' feelings before you. That's what being a Christian means to me.
So on to my very next question. So you've also created a song called Outgrow Love. What
Hmm.
was it like creating Outgrow Love, and what is the meaning behind the song?
Yeah, outgrow love is just saying that it's okay to outgrow people. I feel like so many people feel like they have to stay with someone because of history, or they just feel bad breaking up with someone or just not being friends with them. So I wrote that song just about that idea and saying, hey, it's okay to let people go and move on and grow yourself.
On to my very next question. So you like what made you decide like what made Ashley as an artist decide, hey, I want to start out in the singing process, like I want to be an artist. What made you decide that?
Totally. Um, I always loved singing. By the time I could talk, my parents said I was singing already and making up songs. So I feel like God just put it in my heart. It wasn't really a choice, it just was in me, I'd say. And to move to Nashville, I just feel like I had signs that I should pursue music and follow my dreams. And I was like, life's just too short, to not do what you love.
So on to my very next question. So what does performing music mean to you? Like especially as an artist when you're performing in
Totally.
front of crowds and like the connection, what does all that mean to you?
So performing is one of my favorite parts about being an artist. I love being in front of people. I love meeting fans, hearing people say they listen to my songs, what it meant to them, what it had to do with their life. I just love people. So performing's amazing, and there's just nothing as like exhilarating as having a huge crowd, screaming, having fun. Uh, yeah, you're just kind of like the life of the party.
On to the very next question. So, if you could work with any top three music artists in the music industry, who would
Yeah.
they be and why?
Post Malone for sure. I'm a huge Post Malone fan. I have all his stuff on vinyl downstairs. And I just think he's so talented. I love his melodies, and all his stuff crosses over a lot, just like I like to do. Also, Morgan Wallen, of course. He's just, the king of country right now. And then probably I also would do someone like Rascal Flatts or something like that.
So, on to my very next question. So, if you could go anywhere on tour, take your music to any country in the world, where would it be and why?
Australia.
Yes. Okay, what part of Australia would it be and why?
Uh, I don't even know what part. I've never been to Australia.
Okay.
So I just would love to go, and I feel like there's just like I feel like I'm drawn to Australia for some reason. I don't know.
If you could, if you could meet any animal in Australia, what animal would it be and why?
Oh gosh. I feel like the animals in Australia are savages.
Okay.
I'd probably be like a kangaroo because I feel like that's just so diverse.
Yes, I could see that. I could see that. So, on to my very next question for you, Ashley. So, looking back over your time in the music industry career, and like if you could travel to any decade in time and space, what decade would you want to go to and why? And if you give your younger self advice, what would it be?
I'm pretty happy in the decade I'm in, I have to say. I just feel like maybe I would go back to like Fleetwood Mac. I don't know, but they were all like doing drugs. So that's not really my vibe. Um, so yeah, I think I'm happy now. And what was the other question?
If you could give your younger self advice, what would it be?
Ooh, that's hard. I feel like I would just give my younger self, I don't know. I think I would tell him like don't try as hard in school.
Okay.
That's my advice to my younger self. I'd be like, play more guitar. Don't do your homework.
Yes. So on to my very next question for you, Ashley. So like if you could give any upcoming artist advice on wanting to start out in the music industry, what advice would you give to upcoming artists?
I definitely would say if you're trying to get into business, just do it. And even if you don't know what you're doing, like you just have to start, And like don't be like too overwhelmed. Like your first song probably isn't going to be a hit, You have to write a bunch of songs before you get good ones, and just be okay with that and be okay with the process.
So on to my very next question. So what are like the positive and negative side into the music industry? And how do you get through those like negative moments as an artist?
Yeah, there's definitely highs and lows. I mean, songs doing well are highs. I mean, you'll have videos, post a video, one will get a million views, the other will get like no views. So it's just knowing that it's no reflection on you. And if you put in the work, it's just going to work out.
So on to my very last question. So what's next for you for the rest of 2024 onwards? Like any new music releasing?
Yeah, so I have the Cowboys acoustic version coming out May 26th. Very excited about that. I actually have like a pre-save link in my story and posted a short little video today of it. And I have lots of more songs off the album coming, obviously. I have a show June 1st in Nashville, Skydeck Broadway, opening for Lovely the Band. So excited. And yeah, other shows, just upcoming shows. So some shows, lots of new music, lots of new content. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, I would love to ask, by the way, I don't know if you have time or anything, but
Mm,
would you like to perform one of your original songs on the show, by the way, if you have time?
uh, yeah, I could perform a little bit, sure.
Awesome.
Let me grab my guitar. Let's see. Tune this bad boy up. Okay. This one is Someday. It's on Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. Someday I'm gonna settle down, put the pedal down in a minivan. Someday I'm gonna say I do, get up and move for a minute and a fam. Will still living out my days, glory, I ain't done writing that story. Someday when I'm 48, yeah, saying that I'd rather just stay in, only drink wine on the weekends. Well, till then I'd rather spend my time living life like I'm driving in the fast left lane. I'll get to someday, someday. Oh no, not the cat. Someday I'm gonna know how my mama felt when she said to me, yeah, you'll get it when you get one of your own. I guess that's why I still don't know. Someday when I'm 48, yeah, saying that I'd rather just stay in, only drink wine on the weekends. Well, till then I'd rather spend my time living life like I'm driving in the fast left lane. I'll get to someday, someday.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow, truly sensational. Like, can I just say thank you so much, Ashley, for appearing on my show today. It
Alright.
meant so much. Any last final thoughts or anything that you'd like to share to your fans on the show?
I think that's it. Yeah, just everyone have a blessed day.